Hello again and welcome back to the Vintage Unicorn. Yes, my name is Emma and this is my beauty channel. Now in the end, I always shoot the beginning last because the makeup look is done. I think that's pretty common, but I didn't show the lipstick I use. This is an oldie but goodie. It is MDM Flow in the shade Bossy, just kind of an overcoat for the lips, and it smells really pretty. So today I wanted to, I'd been talking in my previous video about using the Pastel Goth to do the kind of blue to orange transition, and this was what I had in my head. It turned out how I wanted it and I love it. Please go ahead and enjoy the video. It is very long. This was a long look. We're talking all the way through Transformer. We're talking all the way through Hunky Dory, like 2 full albums. So anyway, if you are not on the Ark, why aren't you? Jump on the Ark, sail away with us, fantastic prizes and me smiling and makeup and talk and that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Stay tuned for more stuff that's coming up tomorrow. I will be doing my thirsty reveal and look and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. Mwah. All right, let's get this look started. Now, I don't know where this is going, but I have just this idea kind of based on my last video, only I want to like do it outwards. Also, I've got the Lou Reed in the background. I'm really thinking of like remaking the song Makeup. You know, rouge, hips, ooh, I don't know. Also, I got this today, and I love telling you guys about this kind of stuff. As you guys know, I am not affiliated with any brand, nor will I ever be. I just don't like the fundamental idea of it, but this is an interesting thing. I know Dr. Jeffree Star, he's like a doctor of gorgeous, which seems really contradictory because like most of my favorite brands, I would say my favorite makeup brand is Kat Von D, honestly, but I can still admit that Jeffree Star is a very talented, awesome person. So this is from ColourPop, and it's a brand that of course I'm aware of, but I've never used. So for $12, let's see, you get a foundation and a brush. Now I am a beauty blender-aholic, but you know what, let's give it a try. I'm not much of a primer person. I honestly think a primer is just another way for makeup companies to get extra money out of you, and that's just the truth. After looking at ingredients and such, a moisturizer is going to do much more for your skin. Unless there's a specific benefit you're looking for, I would stay away. Now, I didn't realize this in the reviews, but I will tell you, it doesn't come with any kind of top, so I don't know if it'll squirt. Well, I probably shouldn't do that, but probably not a makeup bag. So I'm gonna use this. This is my little Maybelline camouflage thingy. And it is actually kind of cool how well it looks, or how great it looks. Jeffree Star, just tweet it. Anyway, so this is supposed to cover up dark circles, and that is my #1 skin complaint. But when I bought it, it said for light to medium skin tones. I have a light skin tone, and it looks kind of ridiculous like this. Like it should be on the other side of the eye, but at least with the beauty sponge, it worked quite well. So let's see if this just, oh no, so it does have some kind of locking mechanism. There it is. I don't know if I trust that for makeup bag. I'm not also very big into foundation brushes, but let's see. It's full coverage. It is full coverage. So I'm going to get this going and report back. Full coverage to me might mean a different thing to other people because I use like skin tints and tinted moisturizers. This to me is full coverage because that was just from what you saw me put on, and yeah, I switched to the brush. I mean to the sponge because the brush is great, but I'm just used to using sponges. This, which is for body tanning, is such a great brush. But also because it is a full coverage product, really the only full coverage I use is the Kat Von D locket. And that's a very rare thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and bake a little bit, which is something I don't usually do and probably can't do super well with the Wowder. So let's switch tracks and move to the Tarte Amazonian Clay translucent powder and see if I can't get some baking going on. I always feel like I'm gonna pick up too much or it's gonna explode or something. Like, okay. Well, it's setting, that's one thing. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do any of that fancy reverse contouring kind of stuff. How do you get this on the sponge? I got some on the sponge. And it's gone. Well, at least it's set. I can feel that. And actually looking at it, it's really pretty. Let's see if it covers the overtone dye. I use overtone every other day when I wash my hair. And it's great, but it tends to stain. But it means I don't ever have to dye my hair. I just always have red hair, which is fantastic. So, oh, thoughts. It's actually really nice. Like the feeling, I can touch my face without feeling like it's all sticky and gross. It's lightweight and it is full coverage. You could probably pump this up to like 3 degrees fuller. So 12 bucks plus a brush. I'll leave that to you guys to decide. And let's get into eyes because that is my territory. So yeah, I'm going full Instagram kind of perfection here and don't know how well it's gonna work for me. I wanna say I have the best subscribers ever. I don't care if you have 4 million subscribers on YouTube. I have the best in my little circle. You guys are so amazing. You really are. And I could not thank you more. I want to look directly at you guys. You are amazing. I've gotten a lot of comments about, you know, I couldn't pull this look off, this look off, this look off. Girl, you can pull off whatever you want. So I have fallen in love with this product. This is the basket case liner. It is the Billy Joel Armstrong Kat Von D collab. And it's an anti-precision liner. And at first I was like, well, it's probably just a jumbo crayon. And I wasn't sure what I was gonna do because my husband bought a bunch of them. I think I have, or this is a lip liner, but anyway, he bought a bunch of them for me and I have no complaints about that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lay out a framework for, you know, I always say framework and I think right away of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like season, what was it? The season after Hive, and I'm just gonna kind of smudge it around. Oh, we got a little Walk on the Wild Side coming on. Shaved her legs and then he was a she. She says, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. So let's take a walk on the wild side. And that's just gonna be there. I know it looks a little funky, but we're gonna blend it out. So any brush will work for this look. I happen to be partial to smaller brushes and dense brushes. So I'm using my regular kind of Morphe brush collection. I'm gonna go into my, this is my love, man. This is my jam. So I'm gonna go into Skull on the Pastel Goth palette. It's just a white. Now, I have not primed my eyes because I set down foundation. I don't want there to be too much gumminess or too much product for me to actually achieve the look that I'm going for. Now, I don't know how to explain the look I'm going for because it is in my head at the moment, but I'm sure I'll come up with a quippy name for it or something. And I don't want to cover the entire eye either. I just want to get enough on there that there isn't too much slippage. And I'm going to blend out these crazy little horns too. So moving right along, I'm going to jump right into Clementine, which is a very similar shade to Suburbia by Sugar Pill, but it's a little lighter and it's a little easier to work with, in my opinion. And I'm just going to kind of set the boundary for where I want the orange to be, and then I'm going to darken it. So I'm going to start filling in the orange and then switch to the yellow, which is Star, very similar to Butter Cupcake, also lighter and easier to work with. And I'm going to build that transition on the inner side of my eye. All right, now that those colors are in place, I am literally going to work my way across the palette. So now I'm dipping into my favorite shade on this palette, which is Meow. It's a muted pinky purpley kind of color, and it's just, oh, it's so breathtaking. And I just want to continue working across, and then I'm going to blend out this wing because that's where some more of the pigment's going to come in. And I am going to transition fully through the colors. Kind of like my video I did where I wanted to use every color, except I'm going for that kind of soft sunsetty vibe. Love these shadows. They are just so easy to work with. They are beautiful. I'm actually going to switch to a kind of stockier brush, and I am going to start working Doom while I blend out. this big weird thing that I have going on here. Now the basket case liner is so cool. I was confident in letting it sit there because it will blend and it's supposed to move, it's supposed to be smoky, it's supposed to be messy. So I just want to come up around in that shape that I've built. It's a rough shape for that reason. And I just want to fill in color and fill in the shape. So I'm going to continue just circular motions, building that lunar kind of shape. So I have the basic like kind of outline, just doing that, lining it up of my shape that I want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm taking the tattoo liner by Kat Von D, and I usually would never do this on, like, it freaks me out to do this because I feel like I'm going to mess it up, but there's a specific shape that I'm trying to achieve. And somewhere around here I want to lift, and this is a slow process because I want it to come around the shadows. So I'm going to neatly skirt that kind of rough line that I've begun building. Not quite a wing, it's going to be a moon, and it's just a gradient transition. I'm sorry, a gradual gradient, gradual splunge. It's Friday, so it's a gradual transition into an upward motion. So like I say sometimes, pixel by pixel, that's literally how I'm gonna do this. I am absolutely amazed I was able to do that even though it's a little rough, but trust, it took me all of Satellite of Love to do this. So I'm going back into that Doom color, and now I don't want it so black. Cool thing about this Doom color is it absolutely fills in blacks. So I am just going to continue filling that blue in, and maybe even using a little bit of, is it Dope? How did I forget that? The color Dope as well. I just want to darken this and intensify it and smoothen it. Smooth. Now I usually have a pretty good way with words, but when I'm on video all of a sudden I'm like, smoothen? Now, I don't want this video to be like 4 hours long. I'm just having some ideas by the minute. So this right here, it's a little rough from the basket case liner, but it's blending really well actually. So the basket case liner being underneath, really good, really good. So I'm just gonna continue doing this and building that blue up, lightening that black, except right here, which I am gonna go over again. So there we go, there's that blue popping out. May I say thank you as well, subscribers, for giving me so many awesome ideas. I just ordered the Urban Decay Run palette, Born to Run, I believe, and I will be playing with that and letting you guys know how I feel about it as well. I'm feeling good about this foundation, strangely enough. Alright, so I'm going to continue adding color and kind of matching them up, and then I'm going to use Dope. So this is where we come to this almost butterfly shape, and I have switched to a slightly fluffier brush but still very dense, and what I'm doing is I'm taking a dab of the Dope and the Doom together, and now I'm just blending that out. And under the lash line, oh, you pretty things, don't you know you're driving insane. I think this look goes with this. This was David Bowie's first album, and my mom played this for me when I was about 4 years old, and I said, will you play the Mickey Mouse song? And now I'm realizing that song's about communism, but in a positive light compared to the Homo Superior. Alright, so I'm just going to blend that up again and continue blending out. One eye's a little more blended than the other, so I'm going to even that. Then we're going to intensify the inner eye. I think I'm a messy perfectionist. I really do, because I love messy eye looks, but they have to be like a degree. Look at me, I'm like OCDing about this one side. It's good, it's beautiful. So I'm going to take a little bit of skull now, and I'm just going to blend that in just like that, almost packing it, and then circular motions around the brow bone, adding just a teensy bit of Dope to that. So we have a very full eye shape, same on the other side. And Dope. Now, this is such a beautiful palette. I just cannot get over how beautiful this palette is. Like, I don't know what I will do with my life after it is gone, which probably won't be for like years and years, but you know, Kat Von D products are really like super hit or miss, but one way or another, they're always limited edition. So I'm going to go back in with another, where are you? Here's one, here's a clean one. This is the 321, my really dense, fluffy, almost smudger looking brush, but it is actually a brush. And I'm going to pack that clementine into the middle of the lid. To the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. And that is just such a stark contrast. I love it. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to take Meow, same brush, really coat the brush, and pack. Oh. And if any kind of blends over onto the black, it's okay because we have that dope in the color scheme, and we don't want that black to be too harsh of a line. We just want it there. Now, if you want something ultra pigmented and you are confident, which I'm going to do, you can absolutely go in with your finger. That's one way to ensure blending and assimilation. I'm gonna do the same with my pinky for clementine. All right, so I don't even have to say lights, camera, lashes, because we're gonna do it together right now. So I'm actually gonna go back to my oldie but goodie Kush mascara and coat the lashes. I was thinking of a false eyelash look for this, but I might just go with magnetic because I'm still trying to let my eyelashes kind of heal from the overall pain that the lashes have caused. Now, another thing I definitely want to do is sharpen up that line. Right, sorry, it's really hard to talk and do lashes at the same time. See, I like that kind of lash look with it. And this mascara is amazing. I mean, you might as well never buy false lashes again if you have this. Like I've said before, this is what Better Than Sex could have been. So I'm gonna go in with the liquid liner and kind of show you what I've been doing to keep it sharp. And this is actually a Lottie London one. It's thicker and it does a better job going over shadow. So, all right, so I just darkened up the areas that are immediately above the eye. And if I want to turn that into a mini wing, leading up into that, like from the bottom lash line, that's cool too. Now this look, very, very happy with it. What I am going to do is take a tapered blending brush and one more time go over the entirety of the blue, taking very special care not to interrupt what I have going on the inner eye. Now, because it is so pretty and I want it to last, I'm going to take my Essence spray and get it right on that eye situation. Get it on point. And where you go from here is really up to you. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of contouring, and I actually learned a kind of new method to contouring. So I'm gonna do my normal thing. That's pretty much where I contour. And instead of using my really dense packed brush, I'm going to take a little bit of a looser brush. And very, very kind of loosely but intentionally circular motions on that, which is the Rihanna Matchstick in Amber. I really like a super intense contour line, but I don't want to do the whole toilet bowl thing, which is something that I do. Has a time and a place. And there is enough on the brush that I can get a little bit of contouring everywhere else. Now I am going to conceal a little bit. For that, I am going to use my tried and true Kat Von D Locket in the lightest shade, but I have to work very quickly with this. So I'm taking this in one hand, And I am armed with my beauty blender in the other. It should probably be the other way around. And I'm just gonna do a few little dots. And very gently, almost reverse contour in this way as well. And this just adds like almost a ghosty kind of color to cover up the mistakes maybe, and then also have the rest of the color pop. So it's doing the same thing that Skull would as a powder, only this is a little bit more obvious because it's a white concealer. And I have been watching your comments, and I ordered several Jeffree Star lipsticks, and I am going to tomorrow try doing some cut creasing, some lipstick knit kind of stuff, and see, you know, test my hand at that. Now, I don't want to bake on top of this. This is a very heavy concealer. It dries almost immediately, so there's really nothing to place that contour on, but I can highlight right there. Now, thoughts on the foundation. I was trying to avoid touching my face, but I did, and it actually didn't slip too badly. So now I'm just taking that same loose brush, this is a Luxie cheek brush, domed, and just kind of blending all over. There's a little bit of translucent powder left on this. You can add some just so I can get rid of that shine. And I'm going to call that the look. I'm gonna add a little bit of lipstick, but thank you so much. Please remember, if you enjoyed this video, I know it was probably an eternity long, to subscribe. Kat Von D giveaway is going to be called, I'm gonna say Tuesday. You know what, I said 100 subs, but I have the best subs in the world. So Tuesday, I will be picking a winner for the Kat Von D, and then I will be rolling out the Jeffree Star products. And yes, I did that intentionally because they are my two favorite brands, bottom line. And I think it's kind of silly that, you know, we have to like pick when it's not us that has the drama. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this look. It kind of just came together and I'm really happy with it. I want to shout out just all my subs in general, but thank you to everyone who's been giving me ideas. Believe me, I will do the videos. You tell me what you want me to do and I will do my best to try. So as always, thank you. Mwah.